Hello, welcome back to Benny's Take. I'm your girl Benny, and today we just want to do things a little differently because I wanted to get in on the Love on Stage season 2. So we're just gonna record it while I make a salad because I have some thoughts. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that you always know when I upload. And now let's go ahead and get it started. So obviously, before we even talk about the new season, we have to talk about the first season and how it ended. So if you remember, we had Bria and Robert, we had Aries and Jesus, and we also had Sherelle and Walter. So Bria and Robert are engaged, okay? So that is very, very good. I really am happy for them. They seem like such a cool couple. They're engaged. And for Sherelle and Walter, kind of find out that Walter wasn't as great as maybe he showed off on the show at the very least. Obviously, I'm gonna take Sherelle's side. Let me just be clear on that. But the two of them ended up not working out. So, and to listen to Sherelle basically talk about it, it was as though she felt as though she was bamboozled, right? As though it was one thing that he showed on the show, and then when the show was over, he turned out to be a whole nother thing. They were together up until the end of the show, and then things just, didn't work out. And the last couple, Aries and Jesus, I knew that from the jump that it wasn't gonna work out. If you go back to watch any of my videos, I had a lot of reservations as far as like Jesus and how he was showing up, and he just had like, I don't know, he didn't seem to really like be into Aries, and he was just always looking to catch her, to catch her words, to catch her saying something off or whatever have you. But Aries is living her life. She's not losing sleep over this. Ever since then, she's doing amazing things, professionally and whatever have you. I follow them on Instagram. So she's doing her thing, essentially. Nobody's losing sleep over Jesus. Nobody should lose sleep over Jesus or Walter. But that's how it worked out. Now on to season number 2. One thing I really like about this season so far is that they kind of allowed us to see the reactions of the candidates before we match them, right? So say it's like candidate A that potentially could be a good match for candidate B before the audience could vote. Now remember, first season, we voted without knowing what the partners felt about each other. So we found out how, Sherelle felt about Walter after we had already voted them together, and, Bria, Robert, and whatever have you. For season number 2, if you're candidate A, before you even go on a date, before you were even matched to candidate B, we kind of got to see like a clip of them reacting to the said candidate. So if you're candidate A, you would react to candidate B to see like, is there any physical attraction, this, that, and the third, which I really, really, really like. I feel like it just like saves us, the heartache and just like the issue of having to figure out, well, would they like each other? At least we get an idea. We don't know how it's gonna play out, but we get an idea of how these people are gonna react before we are even allowed to vote, which I like that. I think it's a very, very big difference, and that's very important. And another notable difference with this season is also the age range. So they've expanded the age of the candidates a little bit more. The oldest last season was like, were in their 40s. For this one, we went all the way up to 50s, which is, it's pretty nice. Everybody deserves love, even after 40, after whatever age, everybody still, deserves to have love. Another one that I also noticed that was a little bit different from season 1, not a little bit, like really different from season 1, was that we got to see the men first. So last season we saw the women first, and then we matched the men to the women. This time it's the other way around. So we saw the men first, and then we're matching the women to the men that were chosen or selected, whatever have you. So in today's video, I'm gonna tell you who those candidates are, and I'm also gonna share with you who I voted for to be together. That's also what I'm gonna do differently as I review this show. That way, you know, I can hold myself accountable and be like, what did you, when you're talking all this smash, were you a good matchmaker? You know, so we'll see. I'm gonna be sharing that, and I'm also gonna be sharing which couple I think have the likelihood of making it, the ones I don't think have the likelihood of making it, and why. Now, the first one that was chosen, his name is Nate, and he's 55 years old. Now, he's very funny, charming. He has like his little swag, just like a cool dude, very healthy, believes in God, I believe. So just like a nice dude, well put together, 55 years old, had been married before, but then his marriage was unsuccessful due to infidelity, not on his part, on the ex-wife's part. So that's kind of like where we meet him, and just how much he's reflecting, how much he has reflected on the marriage, and how that just like, you know, came about to an end, all of those things. He seems very funny. Just overall a nice dude. He's physically in shape, doing his thing, living his life, doing his thing. So that's Nate, 55 years old. The second one, his name is James. James, he's very successful. I believe he's an attorney. He works a lot. He's comfortable in his life, financially comfortable, that is. He's 42, I believe, never been married, never had kids, and the show actually referred to him as a unicorn because at 42, it's, you know, highly unlikely for you to have never even had kids, this, that, and the third. So that's James. As far as personality-wise, he's a little bit shy. I just noticed, like, even with the way he was making eye contact, or not making eye contact with the camera and whatever have you. But overall, he seems very nice. He seems like a gentleman. At least those are the things that he said. He's very, very sweet from what he said. He just seems like a nice guy who is just trying to find somebody. And when they asked him why, you know, he hasn't been able to find somebody, you know, at this his big age, essentially, he was just like, you know, sometimes you go through life and thinking you just have time and you're not really focusing on, you know, prioritizing your future and family or whatever have you. So now he feels like he's more ready, and he makes, while he works hard and he works a lot, he does make time for the people that he cares about. So that was James, 42 years old. And then we have the last candidate. By the way, James is also believes in God, you know, so like religion is very important to him. He's open to like different people. He's also open to people who have kids, but he also wants to have kids of his own. So that's James. Overall, sweet guy, low-key shy, but sweet overall. Then we have Tremaine. Tremaine is the IT guy. He's very funny, just like loves, like he's like a tech nerd. He just loves all things tech. Very funny. He has kids. I believe the kids are a little bit younger. Just like an overall cool dude, funny. His relationship, as far as like, you know, religion goes, was a little, for lack of a better word, a little, I don't want to say ambiguous, but he was just very much kind of like, I believe in God, yes, but it's like, I'm not super Christian, I'm not super like religious. His idea of like even like heaven, and his idea of just like afterlife, all of these different things were just a little different than I guess maybe the average Christian, or like, you know, he's not very like devoted as like a Christian or whatever have you. He's gone to therapy. He's like very self-aware. He knows what kinds of personalities will match best with him and which ones will not. So overall, Tremaine knows himself, and I believe he's 42 as well. Tremaine is 42. Wait, let me check. Hold down. Yeah, Tremaine is 42 as well. So all the dudes are really just like handling their own. Like, it's not nobody that has like a story of, you know, I'm living in my mama's basement, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, no. These people, they have their careers in order, they have their lives in order, they have their head in order. You know what I'm saying? Where like they're thinking things through, and they're not just out here like wilding out. Most of them have gone to therapy. Most of them like are able to like, you know, take accountability and process the things that have happened and all of those good stuff. So I really like this selection of men for season 2. So for Nate, I had 2 options. My number 1 option was this woman named Chandra, I believe her name is pronounced Chandra. She's 45 years old, has had kids before, very funny, very opinionated. I think she'll go well with Nate. That was my first choice for him. And then the other choice that I had was this woman named Aku. Very funny as well, very nice, very outspoken, just like a low-key type kind of personality. Aku is 40, so there's that 15-year age gap. But I think, you know, Aku is more on the, a little bit, I'm trying to find a better way to say it. She seems like she's a grown woman. Like she's not the kind of 40-year-old that's still trying to cling on to being 30 or being 20. She's a grown woman. She's embracing, you know, that she's 40 and just, you know, living her life. So I think she'll be able to match or keep up with Nate if they do end up together. Those were the 2 women that I paired Nate with. But my number 1 choice was Chandra, and then the second one was Aku. For James, I matched him with a woman named Crystal. She seemed really funny and they aligned with just like physicality. They seem to have been attracted to each other. Even when they reacted to each other's videos, they seem to have been very attracted to each other and just like very open. James loves to cook, Crystal loves to eat. So it just seems like they were excited for to be potentially paired with each other. They were very excited, so I matched those together. And then for Tremaine, I matched him with a woman named Sharita because one, age, and also when it comes like to their religious views, they seem to have been the most aligned. And also Sharita, she's very like, you know, open. She's very fun too, but she's also like reserved. She's fun yet reserved. She's her style was really dope. Like even her home decor was like really dope. She's also 40, but she seems like on the younger, flirty, fun side of 40, which is the reason why I did not pair her with Nate. Although, here's the deal. When Sharita saw the video of Nate, like his interview, she was a lot more excited for Nate than she was with Tremaine. I will have to say that. Tremaine was excited about her, Sharita. But Sharita, in my opinion, she was not as excited for Tremaine as she was for Nate. With Tremaine, she seemed open, but not like overly enthusiastic. Enthused? She wasn't all that hype, is what I'm trying to say. But I think if she's open, she's a little bit more on the introvert side. While she's fun, she has like a slow, soft sense of humor. But I think if she's open to Tremaine, they would make a really great couple. The only reason why I don't think they would work, if at all they do not work, I feel as though they're such strong personality. She's one way, he's one way. I'm taking pause as far as like, will they be able to like, you know, come together? You know what I'm saying? Tremaine seems to have an actual attraction, at least physical attraction towards Sharita, in a way that I did not see. Based off of the videos that we saw, I did not see that reaction from Sharita. But I feel like if on a date, depending on how the date goes, depending on how he's able to like, you know, talk to her or just like woo her a little bit, I think that may change. If they do not work out, I think it's just because Sharita is very secure in who she is. Tremaine seems to be very secure in who he is. I wonder if they will struggle to just give in to each other a little bit more. I don't know if that makes sense. But if they don't work out, I think that would be the reason why. But I hope they obviously do, because I'm rooting for everybody black. I'm rooting for everything black love. So that's that. Now, James and Crystal, I think they have the most chance, in my opinion, of being successful, just off of the fact that they were both excited about each other. Physically, they seem to be attracted to each other. Based off of like their likes and dislikes, they seem to match. Crystal is a little bit more hyper. James is a little bit more shy, and I'm hoping that the two of them would be able to like balance each other out. As far as like faith, they seem to be aligned as far as that. Neither one of them have kids and they wanted to start from, you know, afresh. That's a great opportunity for them to do so. Crystal is 35, I believe. 35. Crystal is 35. So it's not too much of an age gap there as well. So I think they have higher chances of being successful, in my opinion. If they do not work out, I think again it will be because maybe James might feel as though Crystal is like way up here as far as like energy level and he's not able to keep up, or Crystal might feel like James is like over here and she's having to like tone it down for him. You know what I'm saying? If they do not work out, that's probably gonna be why, in my opinion. But hopefully I'm hoping that that's not what ends up happening. And then as far as like Nate, his chances with Chandra I think are pretty okay. But again, Chandra is also a big personality. She's very funny. She knows what she wants. She's about her business. So I just hope that the two of them don't clash for that reason. But I think not for nothing, the both of them will have fun. They will go on those dates and have fun. They seem to be both funny people, just fun people. So I think they'll have fun in that way. I don't know about him with Haku. Haku seemed she seemed interested, she seemed excited when she saw the video, like his interview video. I don't think he was as excited about her or even about Chandra. I don't think he was as excited about anybody. From the videos that we saw, I don't think he was as excited about either one of the women. I think he said they were attractive, but I don't know that there was an enthusiastic yes. It was just more so like, okay, you know, I see this could be well. So I hope those are like my biggest question mark. Nate and whoever is paired with between those two women, I hope he's paired at least with one of them. But whoever is paired with between those two women, I hope it works. But I'm still kind of like having a little question mark. Again, wishing them all the best, hoping everything goes well. So, all right, there you have it. So that's my first review of season 2 of Love on Stage. If you haven't already, please go ahead and download the Kev on Stage Studios app. There's so many amazing content, including this one. You do not want to miss this. It's Black owned, everything good. So just definitely check it out so that all of these things that I'm saying actually make sense to you. But I'm gonna do this review regardless because we're gonna support all things Black. We're gonna hype up anything Black to make sure that we're putting ourselves on the map as well. So download the app, check out this show, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye, Z's.